As early as 1950, meron na nito. What took, ito yung question ko, kasi nagtataka ako, yung ILO 81, 7 decades na to ratify. Ba't ganun katagal? I'd just like to ask DFA. Yung ILO, parang pahabaan ng PC to. Ba't ganito katagal? What prevented the government or civil organizations from signing or ratifying the ILO 81 after all these years?
And our norms and local
It took 7
customs.
decades for the DOLE to comment on the treaty. Is that what you're saying? Okay. We know that this has been around for quite a while. Nag-umpisa to 1947 pa, 1950 came into force, and now it's been expanded, no, for commercial and other operations. So the question really boils down to a number of queries, and that basically has to do with the fact that labor inspection, even in our municipal law, at least in its enforcement, has been inadequate. So, eto nga, as early as 1950, meron na nito. What took, eto yung question ko, kasi nagtataka ako, yung ILO 81, 7 decades na to ratify. Ba't ganun katagal? I'd just like to ask DFA. Yung ILO 190, pinush namin ni Majority Leader. It took 19 years. Parang pahabaan ng PC to. Ba't ganito katagal? What prevented the government or civil organizations from signing or ratifying the ILO 81 after all these years? Are there certain concerns and issues that were brought up earlier on that postponed the earlier and more efficient ratification of the same? Meron naman tayong labor inspection sa sariling batas natin. Ba't naging problema yung pagpapasa? Yes po. Is that Deputy Asik Enciso, please?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Thank you for recognizing the DFA. Well, as part of standard practice, usually the implementing agency, in our case, ma'am, the Department of Labor, has to undergo, thorough preparations before recommending for ratification certain international agreements that the country accedes to, which includes conducting studies and policy gap analyses to identify, inconsistencies in existing laws and our norms and, local.
It took 7 decades for the DOLE to comment on the treaty. Is that what you're saying?
Well, as I did, since this is also way before my time, Madam Chair, well, as far as the DFA, our records go back. 2016 is when DOLE took actions to assess the readiness of the Philippines to ratify
Pero
ILO.
this has been pending since 1947. Di pa pinapanganak kaming lahat niyan.
Ma'am, ako rin po.
Kaya nga, tayong lahat. Kaya nga ba't ang tagal?
Oo. Ma'am, well, as I said, Madam Chair, as far as, at least my office, I come from UNIO, the International Organizations Office, and UN Office of the DFA. We do take note that in our records, there has been a lot of activity starting 2016. Perhaps, ma'am, our resource person from DOLE, maybe they have a lengthier
I don't
timeline.
think we have a representative from DOLE today, but perhaps we can request Committee Secretary. May DOLE? Anyari?
Madam Chair, I'm also not really aware of what happened since 1947, but relative, as mentioned by the Department of Foreign Affairs, the department also tried to really evaluate the provisions of the convention as against our national law. As far as we
Sige,
are concerned.
ganito na lang. Wala na lang turuan.
Opo.
If you can go back na lang to DOLE, ask na lang whoever the institutional memory is there sa legis ninyo, sa legislative. Ba't ganito katagal? Kasi nakakahiya po ito yung ASIC Enciso. We are very proud of the fact that our labor code, for example, was ahead of its time. I recall that my father at that time worked very hard on it. At pinapasikat niyang maigi na talagang naman very progressive ang Pilipinas. Ang ating labor code talagang enlightened and progresibo. Pagkatapos, nagtatagal tayo dito sa mga labor inspection when in fact, these are concerns that are already contained in municipal law. So I'm very, very perplexed by this length of time. Alamin na lang ninyo kasi baka naman there are concerns or issues that are contained in this treaty which to my mind don't exist anymore today. Parang wala naman dito. So pinagtatakahan ko lang kung bakit ganito katagal. Are there issues? Are there also vital government agencies that needed to concur? Naisip ko lang baka yung budget. Dahil may commitment dito na magpo-provide ng sariling mga inspector, may mga sariling specialist. Yun ba yung dahilan? Di ko alam.
May I, Madam Chair, to just first of all, if you would allow me, Madam Chair, to just give an opening statement on this particular matter.
I forgot to
Chair.
ask you
Thank
if you
you.
had an opening
Thank
statement.
you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank you, Chairperson Amy, Marcos, my esteemed colleague, our resource persons. Magandang umaga, magandang hapon po. Thank you, Madam Chair, for leading the Senate in ensuring that we perform our constitutional mandate in the concurrence to the ratification of treaties and international agreements. We acknowledge the importance of the Philippines is about to ratify ILO Convention number 81, the international standard for labor inspection in industrial and commercial establishments. As I have mentioned during my sponsorship speech in 2017, where we passed, Madam Chair, the OSH Standards Act, much of my career has been devoted in our fight for humane conditions of work for all our kababayans, especially our OFWs. When we started the deliberations on the OSH bill, there were only 574 inspectors. And I wanted to report this and put this into the records, Madam Chair. 574 lang po yung labor inspectors. Now, the figure has increased twofold with 1,210 labor inspectors. We're instrumental, and our Madam Chair is also instrumental in increasing the budget for the past years. From January to December 2023, our labor inspectors were able to cover 29,221 establishments with a total of 2.83 million workers. They also observed that the top general labor standards violation was the non-maintenance of employment records, while the top occupational safety and health standard violation was the non-provision of occupational health personnel. The current landscape of labor inspection in the country is governed by the Labor Code. Article 128 underscores the visitorial and enforcement power of the Secretary of Labor and Employment, or his or her duly authorized representative to access the premises and records and establishments to ensure compliance with labor laws. Now, labor inspection, as emphasized by the ILO, is the primary mechanism to carry out the fundamental function of labor law enforcement and effective compliance. The Institute of Labor Studies says that since labor inspection is either enforcing or developing in nature, it is the best tool for monitoring the realization of basic principles of decent work for all, while also educating workers and employers on their duties towards sustainable compliance and maintaining harmonious employee-employer relations. Madam Chairperson, it is this representation's hope that the ratification of ILO C-81 will resolve the existing gaps in our current policies and also ensure that we are compliant with international labor standards. Sabi nyo nga po, Madam Chair, no, hindi lang ang dating Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Sr., kung hindi yung kababayan ko po, si Cablas Ople, has been pushing for these initiatives for so long. And the provisions of ILOC 81 require member states to organize labor inspection as a system, provide strict qualifications of labor inspectors, ensure that the number of inspectors is sufficient to secure the effective discharge of their duties, and require specific set of actions and remedies in the conduct of inspections, among others. The stringent requirements of the convention that we will adhere to will deepen and expand our efforts. Again, Madam Chair, once ratified, there may be a need also, and let me put this into the records, there may be a need to evaluate our existing laws and policies. And when this happens, Madam Chair, our office, this representation, will be open to discuss how we can recalibrate our policies, harmonize it with ILOC 81, and align it with the government's obligation to providing just and human working conditions. Until then, we commit to support our chairperson once the measure is discussed in the plenary and until the Senate give its concurrence. Maraming salamat, Madam Chair, and may God bless us all.
Yes, thank you very much. And that's exactly the problem, no? The issue, as always, is proper compliance with treaty provisions and effective enforcement of the relevant domestic laws. So, time and again, the labor studies gap analysis at the Dole Institute has stated that the lack of provision on the recommending function of the LLCS, or the Labor Law Compliance System, and its guidelines, lack of the definition and identification of a central authority, lack of guidelines as to determination of the workers' rep, for unorganized representatives, outdated occupational safety hazards, and on, a whole menu of recommendations that we have heard repeatedly. So may I inquire from DOLE, the Bureau of Working Conditions, and other concerned agencies within the department as to their proposed plans of action to address the gaps again mentioned by the majority leader. Anong plano ninyo para masagot na to? Paulit-ulit na namin naririnig kasi.
Yes, Madam Chair. The identified gaps po of the Institute for Labor Studies, the gap analysis results was already addressed by the present department order, the present inspection framework, Madam Chair, which is Department Order 238, issued in April 2023. That already addressed the issue.
That's
on,
April 2023 this year?
That is correct.
Or
Madam
last
Chair. 2023 po.
April
Last year.
2023.
The gap analysis was conducted when the inspection framework was still Department Order 131. And then in 2017, there was an amendment, Madam Chair, that was Department Order 183. And then the present inspection framework is Department Order 238, series of 2016.
The gap analysis is what date?
2016, Madam Chair.
2016 pa yan. So since then, you've been very active in trying to address it. Could you provide to this committee so that we have it on record? It's easier to understand if it's in writing para may chronological record tayo niyan. Thank you. Are there any laws that need to be passed in order to strengthen or enforce these requisites?
The existing legal framework, which is...
What I'm saying is there don't seem to be any sanctions or punitive measures for failure to comply. Is it necessary that we put them?
That can be an essential measure, Madam Chair.
Kasi
So,
parang wala naman deterrent eh.
Yeah, that's
Iba
correct.
dapat may parusa.
That will be that will complement, Madam Chair, department's efforts to ensure compliance of private
No, my
establishments.
point is, andito kami para tumulong. Baka naman mas okay para sa Department of Labor kapag may parusa na ipapataw. Pwede naman namin idagdag sa batas yan eh. What do you think?
We will
It's just
submit.
a thought because we constantly fail in compliance. Sabi mo nga, 2016 pa to, nasa 2024, pinag-uusapan pa rin. Obviously, walang takot.
Recording in progress.
We will submit our proposal, Madam Chair, considering the occupational safety and health law, the existing OSH law, already provides stronger penalties and stronger...
Sa Oslo,
than
may
those indicated in-
penalty.
That is correct, Madam Chair.
Pero dito,
Mukhang kailangan pong strengthen
kaya nga
yung
parang
penalty
kasi that doesn't
provisions.
apply to this, di ba? Iba naman yung Oslo eh. So, perhaps we can consider sanctions also, punitive measures of some sort. I don't know. So, any other additional laws?
And the other one that we are trying to come up, Madam Chair, is more on harmonization of inspection
Yes.
activities among
Yes.
the different government agencies, Presently, we have one with Marina, PCJ, and PFDA for inspection of fishing vessels. We also have existing collaboration with the Mines and Geosciences Bureau
I see.
for inspection of mining. But there are other government agencies, Madam Chair, that also have inspection
What
jurisdiction.
form do they take? Parang kung kayo, MOA?
In the form of MOA, Madam Chair.
Yeah, so I see. Okay. So mga MOA lang yan. So it's always bilateral, ano?
Yeah,
Dapat i-harmonize na nga. I also think that you need to harmonize at the international and the local, but we can leave that to a later discussion. In the meantime, are there any vital government agencies that need to concur with ILO 81? That would be DFA. Aside from DOLE, are there any other relevant government agencies whose concurrence we need to undertake? Meron pa ba? Alam eh.
Usually,
Parang wala naman kasi naka-identify naman yung DOLE as the authority. Is that
yes, ma'am.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And the more so, bakit nagtagal ng 7 decades? Iisa naman kausap. Kasi yung iba, isang katutak yung ahensyang involved eh. Ito iisa eh.
Ma'am, I think a lot of the compliance kasi I think Dole already submitted a
matagal na to
certificate
eh.
of concurrence. Opo, ma'am.
Yeah, they have a whole slew of department orders. And then, tagal na nito. This is from 1995, 2002, 2004, 2013, 2014, on and on and on. And then after 2016, yung binanggit ni Attorney Manito pa. So, or Director Corrada. So, isang katutak na to. Ba't nga nagtatagal? Kasi kung minsan, nagtatagal yung mga treaty kasi ipapass around for concurrence. Dito, iisang kausap, mas lalo pang nagtagal.
Ma'am, the certificate of concurrence, Madam Chair, was submitted by Dole in late 2022. And then I think the certificate, we submitted it to the Office of the President. If I may consult my notes, Madam.
That's fine. If you could just submit that na lang.
Yes, ma'am.
At least we have it on record so that we can understand why apparently we've been laggardly in getting this ratified. It's a fairly straightforward and simple convention which is actually re-echoing our own municipal law. Kaya tataka ko. Maybe naman the reason is that there are budgetary requirements. Do we have any idea how much this is going to cost if we sign on? Because we will need implementation and enforcement. We need funding. It requires members to hire an adequate number of labor inspectors. Nabanggit na nga ni Senator Joel na nagdoble na yung inspector. Ganun pa man, may nasasabi rito na kinakailangan ng office, transport, and they have to engage duly qualified technical experts according to article. Specialists in medicine, engineering, electricity, chemistry. Does anyone know how much this is going to cost? Kahit guesstimate man lang.
Yeah. So we haven't really computed, Madam Chair, the actual amount, but you are right. The ratification of the convention also will require hiring of technical experts. As of today, Madam Chair, we have challenges in retaining our professional electrical engineers and
O kasi ang baba ng sahod, di ba?
Iyo po.
Kaya nga eh. Kaya nga, tapos may guidelines ba kayo for sino yung actual specialist or expert? May qualifications ba kayo sino ma-hire?
Yeah, we have, Madam Chair, and we try our recruitment activity to be as inclusive as possible.
Pero
Also-
madalas ba to that you require a specialist? Madalas bang kasi you can just have them on a case-to-case basis, hindi naman kaya ng DOLE i-hire ng permanente.
Mhm.
Eh kung hindi naman madalas na specialize, hindi ba pwedeng per case lang?
We wanted, Madam Chair, for specialists to be integrated in the inspection system, but in the absence of
what?
those, to be integrated po in the labor inspectorate.
Bakit ganun ba kadalas nangangailangan ng expert?
Hindi
Kasi
po.
ang sabi nung iba, hindi naman kailangan lagi.
Mhm.
I mean, sometimes it's fairly straightforward. You bring them to the doctor and he can certify. So you don't actually have to have on the plantilla an orthopedic doctor or an engineer and so on.
But ma'am, ang track po kasi ng department is on the preventive side. So we try to inspect boilers, pressure vessels, and other technical equipment. So that would require chemical engineers, mechanical engineers, and electrical engineers, and those other experts po sa iba-ibang field. Kung sa related to agriculture-related establishment naman po, kailangan din ng mga experts na to also do the inspection.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes, please.
Can you just show a slide here, Madam Chair? If you look at the slide, it
Hindi na
talks
nga eh.
about the top violations for OSH that are non-provision, yung non-provision of OSH personnel such as first aider and safety officer. Pag tinignan yun, yan yung top 5. And we would just wanted to know what is this attributable to, yung lack of stakeholder awareness, and ano yung ginagawa natin to what's Dolly doing to assist the establishments in complying with these requirements.
That is correct, Madam Chair. The department already conducted a massive awareness activity on the importance of having competent occupational safety and health personnel. Along with that, Madam Chair, we also expanded our capacity, our training capacity for micro, small, medium, and large enterprises so that more enterprises will be accommodated in the training programs. We also accredited many organizations, including ECOP, as one of the training providers for safety and health personnel. And as of today, Madam Chair, we are also trying to come up with an intervention specific for micro enterprises. We're trying to simplify yung training programs so that our community-based enterprises will have competent safety officer after attending our technical and advisory services focused for micro enterprises.
Director Corrado, we just passed on third reading yung Eddie Garcia law. And isang concern din yung lack of experts or the complexity of that particular industry. Meron tayo doon. How are we preparing for that? May budget din ba tayo doon this year?
Mukhang hirap tayo doon, Madam Chair. I must admit, kung if the Eddie Garcia bill will be passed into law, yung monitoring of compliance po will take a different mechanism. Kasi una, wala tayong registry, and then iba-iba po yung organization within that industry. So we really need to come up with a mechanism po to organize them so that we can have a joint monitoring activities.
Yeah, thank you. Last but not the least, Madam Chair, I wanted to show this slide, yung DOLE's data on regions 5, 7, and 8. Ba tayong mas maliit dyan? Super low compliance yung rates ng OSH dito sa tatlong regions in 2023. So sa monitoring nyo po, ano yung ginagawa po natin to address such issues? Bakit kaya? Meron bang anong kulang dyan? Tauhan ba? Personnel ba? To address this issue? Are there concerns specific in this particular regions, itong 5, 7, and 8? Parang glaring silang tatlo.
Consistent with other regions, Madam Chair, the low compliance rate can also be attributed to private establishments not having competent occupational safety and health personnel, like first aiders. Still on personnel, Madam Chair. But we already alerted our regional offices in Region 5, 7, and 8 to already link with the Occupational Safety and Health Center, with the OSHNet and the Safety Training Organization, so that more scheduled activities will be conducted in regions, provinces where private establishments are not compliant with the requirements.
Is there any data on the type of establishment? Are these all micro and small? Kasi you're identifying regions where there's a lot of handicraft, of micro retail, and so on. Tama, ganun ba yun?
Yeah, for
O baka naman yung mga violator, yung malalaki pa.
For 2023, Madam Chair, most establishments covered are really small establishments, followed by large establishments and medium establishments. So the violations, Madam Chair, might have been observed in small enterprises.
Yeah, that's really the situation now. Right now, just by way of comparison, I think Majority Leader already cited na 800 plus na ang labor inspectors ngayon. With that current or 1,000 plus na yata, of that current number, ewan ko, alin ba yung totoo? Bakit somewhere between 800 and 1,000? No, and then among those, alin doon sa current number are actually specialized labor inspectors?
Of the 110
Teka,
out,
talaga, yung makatotohanan.
the nominal number, Madam Chair, is 1,210.
Okay.
But out of
1,200.
that is correct,
Okay.
Madam Chair. But out of 1,210, only 710 are holding regular plantilla positions, while the other 500 granted in 2019 are holding contractual positions, Madam Chair, and their appointments are renewed annually.
Yes, my question actually wasn't their plantilla situation. I was more interested in alin doon ang specialized kasi yung sa treaty talagang specialized labor inspector.
Mhm.
Alin doon sa 1,200 na yan, casual man o permanente, alin doon ang actual na sasabihin natin specialized na specialist engineer na kayang mag-inspeksyon ng boiler, chemist na nakakaintindi ng mga patakaran nila, at mga doktor, halimbawa. Meron bang ganon sa dinami-dami niyan, 1,200?
Yeah, we have professional electrical and mechanical engineers, Madam Chair.
Ilan
But it's less than, I think, 20.
I'm sure konti lang yan eh. Ilan ang specialized dyan na maituturing
Actually,
sakop nitong ILO?
Madam Chair, we have only 10 specialists,
Oh,
8
yan.
8 professional
Aray ko, mas
mechanical
maliit pa yan
engineers.
kesa sa inakala ko. 10 specialized.
10, and of the 10, Madam Chair, 8 are professional mechanical engineers and 2 are professional electrical engineers. Marami pong umaalis.
2 are electrical.
Professional electrical engineers.
Naku, 10 lang to.
Opo, marami po kasing umaalis, Madam Chair.
Siyempre,
Mababa
okay.
po ang pasweldo.
So menos pa sa 1%. Aray ko.
May requirement yung ILO 81 na
Meron kasi that's
requires
another
members.
problem eh.
yeah.
So Article 10 of the convention requires that not only will that first there should be specialized, ano? And then they also require that an adequate number of labor inspectors should be provided. So in an ideal world, how many labor inspectors should the country have? Itong 1,210 precious inspectors na meron tayo ngayon, ilan sana dapat?
Wala pong piniprescribe ang ILO na proportion of inspector. Ang
Hindi katulad ng doktor eh, di ba? Nasa 1,000, ano?
Yeah, for example,
20,000 to 1 or something.
10 is to 10,000 supposed to be. That's the ideal. That's what the World Health Organization's report is all about. But we only have 3 doctors per 10,000 individuals. But
Oh.
that is only in Metro Manila.
Pero that's Metro Manila. It's a lot
Yeah.
worse in the provinces,
A
I
lot
can
worse.
guarantee you.
But just the same, no?
Pero sa doktor yan, ito
Yeah.
mas malawak
Itong
pa.
inspectors, because the 1,210, I think is covering 29,221 establishments. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
So yung tinatanong ni Senator Amy, ano yung ideal dapat?
Um,
How much more do you need
Yeah.
in order for us to comply? Because you need to beef up, obviously, our inspectors.
we'll try to get back to the committee, Madam Chair, on the
No, the
actual
reason
number.
is, syempre, you have to have a plan, di ba?
Opo.
Kahit suntok sa buwan, kahit papano, meron kang minimiti, merong bilang na at least kahit papano we aspire to.
Kahit insufficient yung number ng labor inspectors, Madam Chair, with support from the ILO, what the department did is to conduct specialized trainings kahit hindi po sila talagang related sa fields. Kahit halimbawa sila po ay nurses. we
Hindi, pero
tried
discarding
to-
Pilipino na lang yun,
Opo.
para-paraan. Ang tinatanong ko, ano yung talagang ideal? Kasi parati na lang tayong ganyan eh, panakip butas, o sige, hilain muna to, ito na muna. Tapos ito, parang okay naman yun, talagang kinakailangan talagang gawin yan, pero that's not ideal.
We'll get back to the committee, Madam Chair, on our proposed
How long
number.
yung specialized training na binibigay ng ILO. Gano'ng katatagal yung mga kursong yan for specialist training?
Ito ay mga 5 days, Madam Chair, na specialized
days?
training. Opo, 5 days.
Napakaikli naman yan. Eh. Kung hindi engineer, paano mag-inspect ng boiler niyan in 5 days? Malunong ka na? O mapuputukan ka? Naku, ano ba yan? Kung 5 days lang, parang anong matututunan mo within 5 days? Sa dinami-dami ng maaring mangyaring aksidente sa workplace, ano?
Yeah, it is complemented naman, Madam Chair, by the mentoring program with a more senior and malawak na ang kaalaman sa inspection with the new ones para talagang ma-develop sila as specialist po sa iba-ibang fields of inspection.
No, I'm not putting down in any way the skills and capabilities of our existing inspectors, but we really need to level up to international standard. We're now talking about an international treaty, an agreement that will put us up against the rest of the world. So we really need to match up with those standards. And the fact that Filipinos somehow managed to get the job done doesn't excuse us from complying with the ideal standards already imposed by many other competing countries. So, mahirap to kasi yung labor standards, talang tinitignan yan sa lahat ng bagay. Maski sa trade arrangements, halimbawa yung mga GSP Plus sa US at saka sa Europe. In many cases, they're hinged on trade and labor standards. So pag nabalitaan nila na non-compliant sa ILO o maraming child labor o kung ano-ano pa ang nangyayari, talagang ayaw na tayong bigyan ng trade and trade liberality. That's a real disqualification in actual money terms. So, okay, we'll await your recommendation, and if anyone can help us with the budgetary requirements so that in the defense of this treaty in the plenary at the Senate, I'm able to answer our minority leader who always asks about the budget and is in fact a math whiz. So it's quite unnerving not to have numbers at your beck and call. So kaya mag-budget. Kahit invento lang, kahit nakakalula, okay lang. Libreng managinip. Kasi magtatanong yun eh. Siguradong magtatanong, lagi nagtatanong ng ganun yun. So, halimbawa, if we need how many inspectors, magkano kaya, ganyan. Tapos ito pa yung mga specialized pa. Kahit paano, gumawa tayo ng numero. Sabay himatayin. Ganun. Okay. Sige, maraming salamat. Any further comments with regard to this? Is there anyone from DBM or DOF would like to comment on the required budget that will accompany this inevitably? Yes po. Yes.
Thank you, Madam
Maybe
Chair.
DFA, did they give you any inkling about the budget accompaniment of this?
No, ma'am. Unfortunately, there is no figure, but I trust that Dole, I mean, given the plantilla positions as mentioned by the resource person, because it is also a requirement of the convention itself that, of course, it's a labor agreement. So the labor that they employ should also be permanent. Kung 500 out of the 1,200 inspectors are contractual,
Ilang yun.
ano rin po yun, parang hindi po siya full compliance
Tama.
with the, so I think yun, with the promise of Dole to come up with a budget for additional, not just ordinary inspectors, but expert inspectors. And also, may I also comment that in our other free trade agreements, for example, with JPEPA or with Europe,
Yes.
in spite of the fact that, for example, we haven't ratified it yet, our partners, our development partners and our trade partners want to ensure that the language of the convention is included in the language of the agreement. Ganun na lang po muna yung ginagawa. Halimbawa, yung JPEPA, nagawa po natin yun with Japan. Even though we haven't ratified the convention yet, I guess the Japanese side just ensured that the language of the convention and the spirit of the convention is reflected in the agreement.
Yes, yes, we do that all the time. We
Yeah.
just echo and re-echo the
Yeah.
language para ma-shortcut,
Para
ano?
pasok. Opo.
Pero talagang mas maigi na ipasa na hanggat maaari, di ba?
And yung
Mas maayos naman yun eh.
Opo, at saka internal compliance po, Madam Chair.
And that will also require municipal law to follow, and then the budget and financial services to comply, and so on and so forth.
Yes, ma'am.
Mas mahalaga pa rin yun.
Yes, ma'am.
Mahilig tayo sa para-paraan eh. Diyan tayo nagkakaloko-loko.
Thank you.
Pero-
Considering, Madam Chair, no, I would just like to point out that if you look at the entire government's plantilla programs, 1 out of 10 of the authorized positions in government are still unfilled.
Yeah.
1 out of 10. You're talking about almost 700,000 contract of service still in government, and yet 1 out of 10 still unfilled. And if you look at data, the past few years, it has been
Growing.
increasing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. So that's a lot of work that's still available. So, sige, eto na lang, fair warning to all. I hope this doesn't take 7 decades to receive your submissions. How long can the DOLE? Kasi kayo ang prime party dito. How long will it take to give us some notion of your plan?
We can submit next week, Madam Chair, our proposal.
Okay lang naman eh, kahit sobrang laki, hindi naman to budget hearing, bahala na. Sige, you just let us know. Like, for example, let's within reason, sabihin natin, kung idodoble natin yung 700 na plantilla. Ganun, tapos times 3, times 4, times 5. Sabihin natin, 3 to 5 year plan para hindi naman himatayin yung DBM. Di ba? Para at least may plano tayo sa buhay kahit paano. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much. And then we can proceed to the other issues unless the majority leader wants to add something pa.
Thank you. No, thank you very much, Madam Chair. Appreciate your time and for pushing for this very important piece of legislation. Thank you.
Ask what are we doing here? We're in recess.
That's my question.
That's the real question. Nevertheless, I really would like to clear the decks here for the simple reason that we've really come back from wherever we come from to clear the decks. Ayoko mag-backlog eh. Tumatambak na yung backlog. At pag nakikita ko yung mga 7 decades, sinihimatay ako, kakahiya po.